Depleted roster. Superstar guards going head-to-head in a good one in Philadelphia, but the Jazz offense goes cold late, making just one of their final 9 shots and fall to the 76ers 106-102 here in Philadelphia. David Locke along with Ron Boone with you for POSTCAST as the Jazz fall tonight to the Sixers. Keyonte George was willing the Jazz back, very similar to what he did against Denver, Ron, but then late, the Jazz offense in that fourth quarter really struggled. At the 4:27 mark, the rest of the way, I believe they shot 1 of 9, and the only field goal came on Isaiah Collier fast break layup. They got nothing out of the half court late in this game.
1 for 9, 7 for 23 in that fourth quarter for 30%, and that will not win a lot of quarters for you, regardless of who you're playing. And they end up giving up 24 points, and after leading going into the fourth quarter.
And Philadelphia went on a 10-2 run in that quarter. So what happened offensively, Ron?
Well, a couple of misplays there. Misplays meaning a couple of offensive. Then it was a scramble down here where they came up with the basketball, ended up scoring, and I think Martin may have gotten a 3 in the corner somewhere in there. But, they started to get a little momentum. Then I thought the Jazz struggled to get a good shot because of dribbling maybe just a little bit too much. Put themselves on the short clock, and I think I mentioned that during the fourth quarter, that twice consecutively down the floor, they end up putting themselves in the short clock and did not get a good shot.
I mean, frankly, one of the best look they got the whole thing was for the lead on the final possession. Kyle Filipowski got a wide open 3. Just hadn't taken a 3 all night. Hasn't taken a lot of clutch 3s. Hasn't been in that circumstance where that was right on line. Looked like it had a real chance, and then just didn't find its way home.
After struggling to stay on the floor for the most part all ball game long because of foul trouble, had a chance to win it. No, maybe not win it, but put the pressure on the 76ers to make a big shot themselves.
It was an interesting game with the matchup of Keyonte and Tyrese Maxey, both teams so depleted. No Lauri, no Walker, no Yusuf Nurkic, no Jaren Jackson, no Joel Embiid, Paul George, VJ Edgecombe, or Kelly Oubre. So you really had both teams, like they really, Keyonte and Maxey were just left on an island without any other real scorers on either side. What do you think of the two guys and how they performed?
I thought both of them responded. I mean, Maxey went 8 for 22, 10 for 24 for Keyonte. I thought both of those guys responded very well. And I thought in that fourth quarter, neither one of those teams was trying to force, like, I want to win the ball game, but they were giving them their teammates a chance. And who in that fourth quarter had a pretty good day and that was Walker. Ended up in that fourth quarter along with Grimes.
Grimes was the one who actually made the plays late. He showed some real athleticism, got up over on top of the cup, went over Filipowski on a few plays. Grimes was the one who made plays late in a little bit of an impressive performance.
Yes, absolutely, and had a good night. You think he's going to be a part of the rotation?
Grimes, I think, is. They've paid a lot of money for him, gave up.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty good player. So, yeah, I mean, he's part of their rotation when they were missing most of it. Nobody on the Jazz played more than 30 minutes tonight. So you got a lot of different guys out of the floor. The Jazz played a 10-man rotation, and then Sheboy got an extra 5 minutes when Filipowski was in foul trouble throughout the night. So really a balanced opportunity for everyone.
Yeah. What do you think of Harkless getting another chance to score? The Jazz in that first quarter were down by 7. And I think getting a chance to start again, knowing that they wanted to double Maxey just to see what happens.
Will felt very strong that he increased the defensive activity of the entire roster the other night in Denver, and so he's certainly hoping to get that from him again. And I think that's what EJ does. He just plays with such tenacity and kind of force, and then hopefully everybody joins in along the way. He is not an offensive player, and so the question is going to be whether or not you can have purely defensive players on the floor.
Just for the record, so when they say EJ, it's the E and the J in Elijah.
I guess. Right? I'm just going with what they all call him.
All right.
I have not gone into the details of where.
I was wondering who they were talking to in the press conference.
Where they were talking about. You're like, we don't have a player named EJ.
EJ, so I had to look in my book and see what it's initials or anything.
It's interesting that Harkless and Contra, the two defensive players, 39 minutes, combined 1 for 7 from the field tonight. So you're getting good defensive effort out of both those guys, but you really are getting almost no offense, which does make it very difficult.
Yeah.
Jazz, we'll talk about some of the other individual performances we saw tonight as the Jazz fall by 4 at the end, 106-102. Today's show is brought to you in part by TurboTax. It is tax season and time for you to get your taxes done. Well, TurboTax is here for you, but not for a lot of us because the old way of doing taxes is a lot. Trying to book an appointment that's not the most convenient, sitting in a waiting room with a stack of papers, emailing back and forth and wondering if they'll really get your situation. But this year, you're getting a major upgrade with Intuit TurboTax. Now has in-person locations nationwide. You can't meet face-to-face. You can, meet face-to-face with a real tax expert, and your documents get uploaded straight to your TurboTax app on the spot. And just like that, you're done. Your TurboTax expert works to get your every dollar you deserve, while you get real-time notifications as you go about your day. It's the relief of walking in and meeting a real person and walking out knowing your taxes are being handled right. Head to TurboTax.com/local to find a store near you. Book your appointment today. And today's show is brought to you by GameTime. When you need tickets for an event, concert, NBA game, whatever it might be, GameTime is your answer. GameTime, the crowd, the energy, the moment, getting tickets. That part hasn't always been so simple. It is now. With the GameTime app, go to the go-to for scoring tickets fast without the hassle. It puts the advantage back to where it belongs with the fans. Hold up the GameTime app, pick an upcoming NBA game, tickets locked in minutes, all in pricing up front, view from your seat, great last-minute options. Everything feels quick, intuitive, stress-free, start to finish. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets for GameTime. Download the GameTime app, create an account, use the code LOCKEDON for $20 off your first purchase. That's Locked On for $20 off. Download the GameTime app today. Remember, it's GameTime.co, not GameTime.com. It's GameTime.co. All right, Ron Boone, let's run through some of the guys we've kind of been watching. It's big moments, close games, great opportunities for them. Kyle Filipowski finishes 22 minutes tonight, 6 points, 11 rebounds, but just got derailed. Adam Bona, who he kind of got the best of in Summer League, I don't know if it was he who drew the fouls, but Kyle just got in foul trouble and got derailed tonight.
Got into foul trouble and had to take him out, so he didn't spend a lot of time on the floor. I don't have my stats here for that first quarter. I think, what was it, 5 minutes? 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Fouls. And he had to sit there for the whole first half. But I thought Bona's plays and his scoring came off of an offensive rebound or some draw and kick. I don't think he's going to be that guy that they can go to where they can make plays. So a little bit different story there for Filipowski. But
I mean, Bona had 3 offensive rebounds tonight. I think they're all dunks.
Yeah.
Cody plays 28 minutes. He has 9 points. He has 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Your thoughts on it in a block shot?
I like what I saw tonight, and I'm going to give him a note today. So, and that's what that check marker is for him, strictly because he made some good plays. His big moments in the ball game came in the third. In the what did I have there? In that third period, when even though he ended up with 9 points, but he had some pretty good plays in that third quarter.
So Ace Bailey started about as badly as you could. I think he was 1 for 9 to start the night, and then he really had a surge in the middle of the third quarter where he kind of took over the ball game. We talk a lot about impacting plays and then impacting stretches. He had a stretch where he really impacted.
Exactly. Ended up with 7 points in that quarter and a 3-point shot. I just wish, I had a question mark there. I just want him to rebound. I want him to rebound a little bit better. He had 3 rebounds and he plays 30 minutes, and I'd like to see him get at least 5 or more rebounds a ball game.
He's kind of playing a shooting guard. Do you think he really can get that many rebounds in that position?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. If a guard can do it, he can do it.
Okay. Bryce Sensabaugh is coming off the bench as kind of the scorer. He's in a little bit of a scuffle. He went 2 of 10 the other night. He went 4 of 16 the night before that. He came in 6 of his last 26. He is now 9 of his last 38. He is 2 of his last 15 from 3, 4 of his last 23 from 3. So Bryce has suddenly found himself in a little bit of a terrible shooting slump.
In a shooting slump, and I'm not really concerned with the shooting slump. What I like right now is the fact that he's trying to expand his game a little bit and play off the dribble a little bit more. Now, passing off the dribble is something that he needs to work on there as well. If he's going to work on playing off the dribble, then he has to work on making sure that he gets rid of the basketball.
Well, something very interesting has happened. The scouting report is out. These guys are getting enough time. So there's really a scouting report now on Isaiah Collier, Bryce Sensabaugh, that they want to play one-on-one. Do not leave the shooters. Just guard them one-on-one. And Isaiah can get to the rim. Bryce is not as explosive. And so the teams are really just guarding one-on-one, staying on shooters. These guys are getting to play in a lot of space, but it's forcing them into a different game. Isaiah tonight, 5 of 10 for the field, had 18 points, got to the free throw line. He was efficient with it. Bryce, not as much. But it is interesting to see the scouting reports now out on these guys.
So there it is right there. Scouting reports, now you got to try to play through that. And you got to try to get better in those areas that they're trying to take away from you. Minutes on the floor, keep doing it, and maybe it'll happen.
Last thing tonight before we give out your stars, they had an interesting game plan. They were going to double team Maxey off all double teams, and they had to rotate. I was impressed with the defensive focus on this one tonight. I don't know what the final defensive numbers are. I'm going to guess they're pretty good since it was a pretty low scoring game. But I thought they did a very nice job kind of executing the scheme and the game plan tonight.
Yeah, I did too. Now, Maxey ended up 8 for 22, 2 for 10 there from the 3-point line, but he got off to a good start with 10 points in that first quarter. But for the most part, the Jazz made them give the basketball up, and that's what the double team was for, to give the basketball up, make somebody else beat you, and Walker got hot, didn't he? Yeah.
Jabari Walker, probably the key for them. All right.
Yeah.
By the way, defensive rating tonight was at 111, so that's good. It's well below league average. Yeah. Good defensive game by the Jazz. What do you got for stars tonight?
I got Cody. I got Filipowski for his rebounding and for what he was able to do in a short period of time, even though he missed the possible game winner. And George, Isaiah Collier. I thought Henson may deserve one there as well.
Yeah. 11 points, 4 of 6 shooting, 19 minutes.
So that would be it. Right
so
there.
Cody, Kyle, Keyonte, Isaiah, and Blake Hinson.
Yeah.
Okay. That is the story tonight. That is our postcast. I'll come back with you tomorrow from Washington, D.C. Here, Jazz struggle late offensively. We'll digest that a little bit more as we break that down on tomorrow's show here on Locked on Jazz. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Have a great night.